Hi. Welcome in. It's Thursday night. I'm here every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with friends old and new to answer all of your burning questions about reselling. We're going to be here all night long or for about an hour and a half, whichever one comes first. And I guess I'm going to start with letting my friends introduce themselves to you, and then we'll say hello to some people, and then we'll get into the questions. Put them in the chat. If you have questions, put them in the chat. If you don't put questions in the chat, we don't have questions to answer, and then there's no ask me anything. Hey, Jenny, you're in the hot seat tonight.
I'm in the hot seat tonight.
Tell us who you are. We don't care about your fan.
Thank you. Camera one. I am jennyluhoo. I sell on Whatnot and eBay. I buy storage units at auctions, and I won't tell you how it goes.
I'm going to be asking you about that later. Your recent adventure with the spiders, because
and the dirty underwear.
Jenny can tell you some horror. Save those for the October shows. Jenny's got some horror tales.
If she's cleaning out storage units, I would think so. Mm-hmm. Those things can be they can be a lot.
We're all part of the same universe, but we do not all have the same habits. Okay. Hi, Pam.
Hi, I'm Pam. My store's name is Restated Threads. I sell on eBay. I sell on Poshmark. I sell on, all the popular platforms, Etsy, Vinted. What's the other one? Depop has been helping me out lately. I source at estate sales and mostly estate sales, and from people who are just my neighbors who call and say, hey, I'm getting rid of some stuff. Can I drop it at your house? And you can go through it, and then you drop it off for me. So that's what I do. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, where it is still very, very balmy and very much summer and very buggy.
I'm very much over summer at this point.
Me too.
I've been over summer since May 28th.
Oh.
I've been over summer since
June 22nd when it started.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But I like the burr months. All four of the burr months are my favorite. September, October, November, December. I love fall. I love winter. I love the holiday season. I love Q4 as a reseller. Not a big fan of January and February. I think those are the longest and coldest months up here. And May's cool because it's my birthday and my son's birthday and Mother's Day, and it's spring. And then I hate it until it's, September again. I said to Jenny earlier, I said, we had my eBay Seller Circle virtual meeting tonight, and I told everyone next month it'll be September, and I promise I'll be a nicer person. I have reverse seasonal disorder. I'm miserable in the summer, and I come to life in the autumn. Let's do some round robin and say hello to the people in the chat. I would introduce myself, but I think you guys know who I am, and probably don't care. I swear the longer this show goes on, the more lax we get. And that's cool. Because I do aim to be a comfortable, laid back, kind of fun show. Reselling is serious business, but you don't always have to be so serious when you're a reseller. You can have fun too. Laura's here. I need eyes to see. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Jason is here. This Jason.
Hey, Jason.
And this Jason's here.
Hey, Jason.
Two Jasons. It's like Friday the 13th. Haley's here. And Nanette is here.
Hey, Nanette.
Hi, Nanette. All right. So put your questions in the chat and we will answer them. I guess I'll start off the night with the hot topic of, is anyone surprised? Yet another USPS announcement about rate change.
No.
Came out last night. So we got 3 whole days of notice. This time, they're doing a decrease, but they won't tell us how much. It's on the 2-pound packages in non-rural areas, so it only affects about 43%. And we don't know how much. Your thoughts on this, Jenny? Or on having changes every other effing day?
I think that somebody screwed up and forgot that weight category when they were making adjustments before. They went from 1 pound straight to 3 pounds, and they forgot that there was a 2 pound. And now they're like, oops, maybe nobody will notice. And they just slide it right in there. Oh, yeah, we meant to do that. Increases are what they are.
Well, this is a decrease.
I know. But it was up front, we're moving up, and now this is a decrease because they forgot the last time to adjust it. So they're just, because how do you go from 560 or 565 or whatever it is for the 4 to 15, I don't know, whatever it was, and then boom, you go to 3 pounds and it's $5.99, but meanwhile 2 pounds is $8.99. Yeah, I think they just forgot to adjust the 2 pound in the last rollout or whatever.
Well, I think they're having some issues at USPS with all of these changes and all of the screwy changes and not getting weights right. And then people putting books and rocks and bricks or whatever they're putting in their packages to make them weigh more so they get a discounted rate. You can't keep up with this. I think we all understand that gas prices and the cost of oil is up right now. And so we know that that's going to affect our shipping costs. But all of this back and forth, I've just kind of left my flat rate, and, I've had to, it's worked out for me occasionally, and it's not worked out for me occasionally. I've just left it until because the holidays are coming up too, and we know that they're going to adjust it again. So I've just kind of left it, and we shall see what this decrease actually looks like, and whether or not I need to have a 2-pound package that weighs more so I get a better price for a 2-pound package than an 8-ounce package. It's been a little crazy.
Agreed. I did switch to calculated. To my end, the first 2 days after the rural rollout, the first 2 or 3 days, I had like 15 2 to 4 ounce jewelry packages. I had to pay $5 more out of pocket. That's $75 out of my profits in the first 3 days. And it's something like 43, I can't remember if it's 43 or 47% of all zip codes are rural. But I was like, this is just my luck. It's like a 50-50 chance, and 15 of my sales, I can't afford that. I can't keep affording that. And as a volume seller, clearly you're shipping more, so you're incurring more fees. And I was like, I can't keep fighting this. And so I actually switched to calculated, and I charge shipping on Etsy and Mercari now too. I lowered my prices a little to account for that, because I used to raise my prices to account for offering free on those two. I've just come to a place where I'm going to ask for what I want for the item, and y'all can pay the shipping, because I can't. Is it going to be what I charged or no?
But I think that's fair. I've always charged for shipping, and I did calculated for a long time until eBay opened last year. They were trying to tell us that if you have flat rate shipping, that you're going to appear higher in search on Google.
Yeah, I don't care about that anymore.
So, but then with all of the changes this year, I'm thinking about going back to calculated shipping, because I don't know what I had to tell this customer I've gotten 2 negatives on eBay for people complaining about shipping costs, and I'm like, look, I can't do anything about this. This is my livelihood, and I can't pay for your shipping. I'm sorry you're upset about the shipping cost, but I have no control over shipping costs. You can talk to USPS.
Well, write your congressman, because I don't know what to tell people. But no, you're right. The Google thing, Jenny and I talked about this when the changes were all rolling out, and it comes to a point where my profits and my money and my bills are going to be way more important than showing up in a Google search.
Well,
my bottom line
right now, eBay's not doing anything for me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. My eBay has been crickets for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. Any other thoughts, Jenny, on the shipping?
I have always used calculated. And I always pretty much box up my items before as I list them, so that I know precisely what the measurements are, that I have a box for it when it sells, how much exactly it's going to weigh. So that I want to be as accurate as possible, because I don't want to pay any more than I need to.
Yes.
So,
and if they want it, they'll pay it. They might bitch about it, but you can come up with a nice way of saying what Pam and I were saying. You can ask ChatGPT, please clean this up. You dumb person, I don't control, and it'll clean it up for you. But there are nice ways to say things. I know I've talked about that when I do my monthly listing party with Crystal on List Perfectly. We had 2 times, we had entire calls about how to clean it up and have those cookie cutter responses that you can just copy and paste over and over again. But it's perfectly acceptable, as long as you're professional and nice, to tell a customer, hey, I have no control over what.
Correct.
The boss at the USPS, this is what my item is worth, and if you want it shipped, you got to pay for it. There's a way to say that nice, but it's acceptable to say that, I think. I think some of them maybe don't understand. I have an anecdotal story real quick if you want to hear it. I had someone ask me once why shipping was so expensive, and I explained and all that. And then she actually said, well, what if you just change your listing to free shipping? Won't that just make it free? She really thought that I could just change my shipping to free shipping and it would just be free.
We have had that discussion on in List Perfectly at the mastermind listing party, where we've talked about, we think that where people actually think that free shipping is free, and they think that it's just some sort of magical entity that's paying for their shipping, and not the small business that you're purchasing the item from.
Mm-hmm. What if you just turn on free shipping? Well, if I could just turn on free shipping and it would be free, we'd all be in a good place.
I can turn it on, but the price of your item's going to go up $10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think a lot of people are spoiled by Amazon, but don't forget, we pay a premium subscription cost.
Right, you're paying for Amazon Prime, yeah.
Oh, but do I abuse the hell out of it? I get a package a day. I do. I don't really leave the house a lot. I go to my local grocery store for produce once a week. I get my meat delivered to the house from Butcher Rocks. I get everything delivered, and I'm real good about just going on Amazon every day. Oh, I need bird food. Oh, I need toothpaste. Oh, the hamster needs something. And I order almost every day, just household. I'm not shopping and being ridiculous, but just things we need. I have Walmart deliveries. You can actually truly never leave your house anymore. Because even if you didn't want to leave your house for the produce, what's that? The one that sells the ugly produce?
Oh, Misfits. The Misfits
yes.
Market. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you can have we have you can have Amazon. Well, I know the one in Nashville. I don't know. I don't think it does it here, but it'll deliver from um, like Whole Foods, and I mean you're paying for it, but if you really don't want to leave your house to get fresh vegetables, you can let someone else pick them out for you.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm so picky about them.
Mm-hmm.
And my local store here often has produce in local. It's a local grocery store, and they have our local farmers,
Yeah.
like local fresh. So I haven't had to worry about any of this explosive lettuce diarrhea or anything because all of my stuff is local. But anyway, I digress. You pay for the privilege. If you have Walmart deliveries, if you have Target, if you have Prime, you're paying for a privilege. On eBay, the buyers are not paying a subscription, so they pay for shipping. Most of them understand it, and if they don't, it's okay to explain it to them nicely. Do as I say, not as I do. We have no questions coming in from the chat. You guys have nothing on your minds? Nothing on your noggins tonight? What's going on? Ask us questions because we are here to answer them. And if you don't, I'm going to start asking some really weird stuff. No, I shouldn't say that. That would tempt you to not ask questions. If you don't ask questions, we're just going to sit here and stare at you. So, Jenny, tell the people where you sell and what you sell.
I sell on eBay and whatnot, and I sell things.
I sell stuff on places.
So I don't have like an item I sell, like I don't go out. I don't leave my house to go source clothes. I don't leave my house to go source dishes. It finds me and then I sell it. So I have, I usually just buy the whole storage unit and everything in it, and I rehome it somehow. Is that how it goes?
So you get whatever you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Including spiders.
And you don't know how long it's been where it's been at or where it came from prior to how it landed there. And there's no scruples. People have no scruples when it's, it's just, I think in an ideal world, the manager of the storage facility would say, hey, look, it's not the best idea to put mattress in storage for any length of time. It's not the best idea to put all your dirty laundry in storage for any length of time. It's not the best idea to put all the contents of your refrigerator, your spice cabinet, your pantry in storage for any length of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to have nightmares.
It's not the best idea to put that dead body in the freezer in the storage unit for any length of time.
No.
I have an idea. Put your refrigerated contents on the mattress.
Yeah. I'm telling you, mattresses are really only good for 5 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, they say it's a 30-year mattress, but nobody sleeps on the same mattress for 30. I mean, nobody that moves around a lot would do that, right? It's just, there's just there's a lot of reasons why people put things in storage, and unfortunately a lot of times it's traumatic because they've got to move quickly or they lost their place or something happened, But honestly, if you do not in your foreseeable future see a way to get your stuff out of storage, don't put it in storage, because most of the time it should just go straight to the dump or, to an agency that can, give it to somebody else. So that's just the short of it.
All right, Pam. Before we get to you, let's look at the chat. You're fine. Haley has been listening and did not think of a question. Kelly says, wow, Pam is all purdied up. She is. Both of them
usually she sees me in the morning when I get back from the gym and I'm looking all rough first thing in the morning. This is evening.
And we have our
evening look.
This is her.
It's my YouTube look is really what it is, because I don't do this in the evening either.
Jenny's got some lipstick on too. Everybody's all purdied up. I got purdied up. I put my boyfriend on my shirt. Put my boyfriend over here.
Yeah, I wore my best t-shirt.
If my mouth doesn't say it, my face totally
Love that.
Before we take Haley's question, Pam, where and what do you sell?
I sell a lot of clothing. I am a volume seller of clothing, mostly women's clothing, some men's, and I sell it on eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, Depop, Vinted. I have stuff on Mercari, but I couldn't tell you the last time I had a Mercari sale. I think that's it.
How many items do you have listed?
About 10,000.
Wow, you got more than me, girl.
I'm bumping right at 10,000, and the way that my storage inventory place is looking right now, it looks like I might have 10,000 more than I need to list. There's a lot right now, but
awesome.
But it's it's fun. I'm having a good time. I was a school teacher for 20 years, so this is my second career, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome. I have one more follow-up question. How many items, is it just you, and how many items do you list a day?
What do you mean? Is it just me?
Do you have help, VAs?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I started getting some help when I hit about 5,000 items. It was getting to be too much. The first thing I did is I hired somebody to help me with photography, because that was my sticking point. That was where I was getting a lot of backlog. So I found a local mom on Nextdoor, and she is fantastic. And so she takes pictures for me. And then in the last probably year, in the last year, I've hired a VA off of Upwork to help me with listings, and now I have them cross listing to eBay.
And how many a day do you list?
On eBay, 30.
Awesome. Yeah, I just hit 6,000. So I'm pretty excited about that. My goal last year was to get to 5 and stop, because that was when Keith took the job as an accountant, and it's just me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I personally have always said, and I stick to it, the minute this is too much, I mean, he does help me with shipping still, but as far as photography and listing, the minute this is too much for just me and I need help, I'm backing down.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to get to 5,000 and call it a day and figure I can keep up with that. But then I was like, I bet I could grow it to 6. And so I meant to grow it to 6 by June, but life happened, and then we took a long break. And so I hit it at the beginning of August, which I'm happy with going into Q4. I think if I didn't do YouTube and content creation on other platforms, I think I could go to 8 and handle it alone. But I just don't have the time in my schedule, because I have to spend a lot of time creating YouTube content, answering questions, and all the other.
Right. I mean, that's time consuming to do the media piece of it. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize how much time that actually takes.
It takes a pretty good amount. I mean, I probably don't take as long as other people because of the way I approach it. I batch work it just like everything else. So once a week for 2 hours, I film and edit everything for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of spending time each day. but I'm not quitting YouTube, but I don't know. I've quit before and then I've come back and I've cut down and I've come back. But I always get to a point where I'm like, could I get up to 10 grand and hold it on my own, like 10K listings? Could I do it? I have help with shipping if I had more time to buckle down and list, but that is a thing I need to contemplate on my own, I guess. I don't want to leave YouTube again though, because every time I do, I miss it. I do like the content creation. I really do. I like teaching. I like the tutorials. So anyway, that was off topic. I sell on 7 platforms: eBay, Posh, Etsy, Mercari, Whatnot, Vinted, and Depop. I have some stuff on ThreadUp, and I was supposed to have Facebook Marketplace and ThreadUp seriously in July. Listen, this year got away from me. I do a lot by myself, and I don't want help, so I have to take the hits where they land. Like, okay, I can't do this. I don't have time in the schedule for that. But
you're also really good at scheduling and doling out your time. I mean, you've always been really good with figuring out what you need to do and getting that done and how that works within your day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very good at
processes.
I have really good processes. I have really good banks. I have very good self-discipline. And I just do what I need to do. So, I sell stuff. I sell clothes, mostly women's plus-size tops, swimsuits, bras, jeans, some men's tops, some stuffed animals, because apparently I thought I was getting out of that, and I just keep buying more, and jewelry and stuff. Like, I spring clean my house twice a year and sell my own stuff. Next question. Do all of you promote, boost, or etc. on eBay, Depop, Poshmark, and Vinted? And if so, do you set certain percentages on eBay, or do you do it on an item-by-item basis? That's a very good question.
That's an excellent question.
That's an excellent question. We'll start with jennyluhoo.
I do promote my items generally on eBay, and I do it at the very minimum of like 2 to 3%. I don't sell on Depop, and I don't promote on Poshmark, and I don't sell on Vinted. Is that enough to tell you?
That's
well with the promoted items on eBay. If I've got like a one-off item, an item that is like gonna sell that I know will sell quickly, and the sell-through rate is just people waiting to find it to buy it, then I won't promote it, because the buyer will find it and want it and buy it. So it really is item dependent. And I would never give Poshmark more money. And yeah, no, I don't sell on the other two. So there you go. That's that.
Well, I promote on, I do Posh promote. I did the free, and then I didn't do it for a while, and I've kind of gone back and forth. And right now I'm doing the minimum for my 10,000 listings. And there's some months where I think it's really working, and then there's other months where it doesn't seem to be working at all. So I don't know. But I'm afraid what would happen if I cut it off completely. Would that just dry up? So I've left it at the minimum. Depop, I boost on Depop. I promote on eBay because I'm mostly selling everyday run-of-the-mill, Walmart shirts and Kohl's shirts and Target shirts. And while they sell pretty well, I feel like that by promoting it just a little bit, that pushes me up higher. I don't do anything to boost my listings on Vinted though. I'm putting up my old stuff on Vinted, and I'm putting it at such a cheap price just because I want it gone. So I'm not going to I don't give them any extra money for their boost or promote or whatever it is it's called over there.
It's called the bump.
Bump. Yeah, that's what it is.
So I do promote on eBay, same reason as Pam. I'm a high volume bread and butter seller, and it's just way too oversaturated and competitive to not promote. You have to. It's not like I'm selling the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe closets. I mean, I'm selling American Eagle jeans. It's nothing unique or exciting. So I just do my entire store at 2%. I don't on Poshmark because I don't like the pay-per-click model. I don't like it. If Poshmark ever changed to pay per sale the way eBay does it, I would absolutely promote on Poshmark, but I don't like the pay-per-click. I'm a public figure. Everybody that hears me talk on YouTube or knows me is nosy Nellying their way over to my store and into my closet, and we all do it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. We all like to look at other sellers' stores, and even if you're not a public figure, like people who know each other and list perfectly will stalk each other's stores. We look, we're nosy. I ain't paying per click, so that's never going to happen. Depop, I did turn it on last year, and I think I should probably turn it off because I'm treating Depop and Vinted and the Whatnot Static as my discount bins. Mm-hmm. It's my old shit. It's 50% off. I don't want to pay any extra. When I first started listing in Depop last winter, it was newer winter stuff and it was doing well. And then when that kind of died off, I'm like, I'm just going to start putting cheap stuff over here too. So if it's something I'm just using to liquidate or clearance, then no. I would on Poshmark if it was per sell, like Depop and eBay. But I feel like I have to on eBay. There's no way around it. I would not. I mean, I've had it accidentally turned off before, and it just, my sales went up really bad. So, Kelly would like to know what you taught.
I taught 5th grade. I taught kids. I taught reading. I taught for the last 10 years. I taught science and social studies. So we got to do all the fun things. So science and social studies is actually reading, because, well, that's what you're tested on, is how well you can read about science and social studies. So reading, science, and social studies. So those were my favorites anyway.
Those were all three of my favorites too. English, reading, science was always fun until high school when you had to do the pigs and the things.
Yeah, 5th grade, it's fun. You get to do all the hands-on stuff. I was the fun teacher.
I can see that about you. Yeah, that you would be the fun teacher.
All sorts of hands-on experiments, and I had students. So I was in Nashville, so I had students from Vanderbilt University that would come over and do science experiments with them. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun.
I miss the fun part of it. I don't miss the parents. I don't miss the paperwork, and I don't miss the stress. For
sure. My stepmom was a middle school science teacher. And my son, who will be 25 this year, I'm old. Anyway, the year he turned 12, we had a Big Bang Theory birthday for him, birthday party, the theme. And she did all of these really cool, like you did something with the dish soap and it changed colors and then it kind of like crawled on the paper. We had dry ice experiments. It was a whole big science thing that she did. And I was like, do you do this with all your, and she's like, yeah, we do these with all our students. It's so much fun. You made me think of her and all that stuff we did that year. That was so fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why anybody would just worksheet their way through that, or just, do book stuff. Those people are still out there, but, kids need hands-on. They need to put down the devices and be able to do things. So that's what we did.
Jenny, did you like science? Are you talking? Because we can't hear you. Can't hear you. You're not muted. Why can't we hear you? Say something. No, you're still, we can't hear you. Did your microphone get unplugged or something? Hold on, please. We're having technical difficulties. You can hear us. Yes? Okay. You can't hear her, can you, Pam?
No.
Okay, so it's not just me. So I don't know what to do. This always happens when you're live and you're like, what do we do? What do we do? What happens now? You're on the bottom there. If you click the caret next to mute and it says test your mic, is it moving up and down when you talk? But we can't hear you.
What about now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I fixed it. You're welcome.
What did you do?
Somehow it got switched to my speaker instead of my camera. It must have happened when my screen got all weird. You saw it go skinny, right? And all of you guys got really loud all of a sudden. And then I guess I just okay, anyway, we fixed it.
We fixed it, but that never happens when you're pre-recording. In fact, I could be pre-recording videos all day long and be just fine. And then, and like you said, Pam, technical difficulties only when you're about to go live on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't catch anything.
No, I know. And it must be this new platform because last Friday in the middle of my live haul video, all of a sudden people couldn't hear me. So we're good. We're good now. We will never know if Jenny likes science, though.
I did like science. It's one of the classes I remember the most. And interestingly enough, when I was in junior high, the science teacher that I had was a newer teacher, but he was a teacher's teacher. So he was teaching a student teacher as well as being the science teacher. Well, fast forward, my son, when he was in high school, had the same teacher. So he was a dedicated science teacher. He was like the science teacher of science teachers. So I have very fond memories of science.
That's awesome.
We had a science shack. And every opportunity I could get, I would go to the science shack. If you were like good or you got good grades or you got, did something really spectacular, you got these like little tokens. And you could collect these tokens to, buy popcorn at recess or have an extra cake at lunch or go to the science shack.
Oh, so that is really cool.
My tokens to go to the science shack. So yes, I know the inside of a frog and a piglet.
No, thank you.
I also know how to make a bomb. Just kidding. But that came later in the military.
That came in the military, yeah. And if the Homeland Security is watching, yeah, I liked science a lot. I had a science teacher that had Madagascar hissing roaches in the classroom. They were really big, and they all had names, and we fed them dog food. And they were actually fascinating. Would I want them in my home? No. Do I still not like roaches? No, but those ones were different because they were in a cage and they had names. But yeah, I liked the weird science experiments and the science fair, all that stuff. Nothing that I use in real life, though. Anything I could have used in real life, like math, I don't like and I'm not good at. I guess reading and writing comprehension you use
a lot. Yeah.
Although
most people have the skills, they just don't use it. But that's social media.
So we have a money question, and you can pass. You can plead the fifth if you don't want to answer it.
Oh my
How much money gross did you make last year reselling online?
My AGI last year was like $8. Does that answer your question?
Sure.
Pam? Did you have an AGI last year?
I know what it says. I know what it says. I know what I turned in on my tax form. Yeah, but you know what? Actually, I was able to match my teaching salary last year, and I taught in the state of Tennessee, so I didn't make that much, but it was nice to be able to match that. Of course, I didn't match the benefits or the vacation, but you know, it was nice. It's good. It's been I mean, it's taken me a while to get there.
Yeah, but you have a bigger volume of employees than me, so that's good. I, as a general rule, don't actually talk about money on this channel for a lot of reasons. I don't want people to aspire to be something that they couldn't possibly be, and I don't want people to I just feel like it's nobody's business. Not to say anything to you, Laura, because it was your question. I'm not like, it's none of your business. But it's just always been funny to me that reselling is the only community or job I've ever had where people are comfortable asking that. You would never see like a doctor's convention where an anesthesiologist would walk up to a gynecologist and be like, bro, how much did you make last year? Like, it's just weird to me that people are comfortable asking that. And it could be that I'm old and I just grew up in a different time. But it's just like money, religion, and politics. You just don't discuss that. And
and we all have different businesses. I mean, and yeah, I'm able to. I'm not depending on my reselling income or my house. You know, there are a lot of people who are working, who are selling, who are doing it to pay their bills. Yes, Star is one, using it to pay the mortgage and keep the lights on and food on the table. But I'm lucky that Jenny
is, but Jenny doesn't have a partner, and I do. So
I have I've got a husband, and he's we have we're very blessed, and so this is, for me, this is something that I'm doing to help take care of other things that we like to do.
What were you saying, Jenny?
Look, I know why Laura is asking that question. And to you directly, Laura, I know you've reached a very important milestone in your goals, and you should feel very proud of yourself. And I am very happy for you. And I know that you're just going to continue to keep growing, and it's going to be great. I'm just so happy for you and the goal that you met and the, milestones you've come through. So well done, you.
No, I just don't like to talk. I just don't. I just feel like the fact that I'm still here 9 years later and it's still my full-time job should tell people something. But I mean, some people like to talk about money. I don't. I'm a very private person when it comes to a lot of things. A new realistic money goal, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, whatever that looks like daily. That's the problem also with sharing money, is that right there. Laura, the only competition, the only goals that you should be making are for yourself. So your new goals should be bigger than you were last month, last year. Not to be like me, not to be like Jenny. I should never try to be like Pam. Pam should never try to be like Trish. We should all do what works for us and what we need. And everybody's monetary situation looks different. Some people have kids, some people have sick pets, some people have spouses, some people are single, some people rent, some people own, some people are debt free, some people are in debt up to their eyeballs. So like everybody's situation is different. So you need to do what is feasible for you to actually physically keep up with and that you can sustain, and then just keep working to get better from there.
Mm-hmm. And you know what you've done so far this year, and that should be encouragement enough to continue and just do a little bit more and just be so proud of yourself.
Yes. Absolutely. But always just compete with yourself. Don't try to look. If you want to make 6 figures, 8 figures, do it.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to make a couple thousand, do that. Everyone is different. As self-employed and with the whole the money does go a lot farther.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, everyone's situation is so different. And I'm always hesitant to say, this should be your monetary goal. This should be your listing goal. This should be, think it's different. Every situation is so different that I like that blanket advice of time blocking, routines, schedules, because anybody can do that. Whether your situation is you list 1 a day when the kids go on the school bus, or you list 30 a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to give good advice that everybody can follow without worrying about what everybody else's situation looks like. I have a hamster who eats a lot, so I have to make extra money because she's fat. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I call her double stuff. She's orange and white, and she looks like a little pumpkin cookie, but the white part's getting thick. So that's her double stuff. Poor Phoebe. She's going to get a complex. All right. Do we have any other questions in here? What's BB? Lori. Hi, Lori. Welcome in, by the way. And thank you for being nice about my advice. But what's BB? And Lori says her goal for part-time selling has been to increase my annual sales by a little every year. Mm-hmm. That's a good goal. That's a good big brother.
Brother.
That's a very good goal. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Be your own competition. Like how I was saying earlier, I was at 5,000 and then I thought maybe I could get to 6. And I did it a little bit at a time. So there's no more questions in the chat. You guys are slacking this evening. This is a show that's called Ask Me Anything, not watch Star talk to her friends about TV shows, which it'll turn into.
I have never watched Big Brother. I mean, I could identify the host in a lineup, but I have never watched the show.
Me neither.
I've never watched it.
I don't get it.
I don't like reality TV.
Yeah, I remember when Survivor first came on, and I watched it in the first, 2 or 3 seasons. But, then it's just people who are starving and having to forage for food, and they're half clothed and they're eaten up with bug bites, and that just looks horrible. And I don't want to watch people do that. So just seems painful. And only one person wins.
I have one reality TV show I liked, but if I'm going to admit to that on this channel, y'all are going to have to come out with something of a guilty pleasure too.
Okay.
Sister Wives.
Oh.
I love Sister Wives so much. I don't know why. It's my guilty pleasure. There you go.
It's a good one. I've never watched that.
Oh my God, I get so hooked on it. I get so upset about it.
Forever. I mean, those poor brown women. Cody's not. I don't know. Cody's struggling too. But I mean, over the years, it has seriously unraveled. I mean, I remember in the early episodes when the middle wife had her whole life planned and she always knew she'd be the middle wife. And then Robin came along and she was no longer the middle wife. And I mean, it was that. I mean, it was
and
over.
She was the younger and the prettier and the thinner. And
yeah.
Yes.
And now the main or the first wife is like, peace out, bro. I don't even think they talk anymore.
It's a crazy show.
Weird. It's weird.
Cody is not. If I was going to be a sister wife, I would choose differently. I wouldn't mind those women as sister wives. They all seem pretty. Without him in the picture, they seem like they would be pretty stable. You got the one that likes to work, the one that likes to take care of the kids. I mean, that's
the three of them had a jewelry business for a long time. I think Cody really messed up by trying to bring Robin in.
Yeah,
because as I recall, he didn't get permission. He just started dating her.
Right. So he, whether you personally believe in polygamy or not, for people that do, they have rules, and he broke the rules.
Yeah, the number one is communicate and get, permission.
Get permission, yeah. And he kind of shoved Robin on them, and then she had all the drama with the ex-husband and the kids. But like the dream of being a sister wife would be to share all the responsibilities. So if you were like corporate minded, you could go have a job while somebody else cleans the house and takes care of the kids. And I think they had that really good dynamic with the first three. Mm-hmm. They all lived next to each other, and they were all like happy.
And then what? So then he decided that wasn't enough for him, and he got greedy and went and found another one?
Well, yes, but really, who knows? I mean, they were filming a television show. Who knows how much of it was
it's reality TV, and it depends on ratings and.
Yeah, because they had a whole episode where they're all looking out the window, and they had to move overnight because it's illegal to be a bigamist, and they had to. And I'm like, if it's that illegal, why are they
on TV?
Really? Because he wasn't real. That's the thing. So why are you on TV if it's that illegal? And number two, this one bothered me the most. They weren't really bigamists because he was only legally married to the first wife, and the other ones just had commitment ceremonies within their religion to recognize them as married. But he was not legally in the United States married to more than one woman, so that's not technically bigotry.
No, it's polygamy. The word you're trying to use, polygamy.
No, bigotry is when you're married to more than one person.
Polygamy is the practice of Mormonism.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, in order for it to be illegal, you would have to legally be married to two people, and that would be committing bigotry, and that is against the law. Polygamy, they only legally marry the first one and then just do the religious ceremony to recognize the other ones within the religion as a marriage, but they're still not legally married under United States law except to the first wife. That's polygamy. But the dudes you hear about, they have a family in Arizona and a family over in New York.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
bigotry.
Yeah, that's a bigamist. Bigamy.
Yeah, I keep saying bigotry, and I meant bigamy, but they're probably all the same. I mean, any dirtbag that's going to have secret families is probably all of the isms and an asshole. So let's just be fair. Let's just be fair. What's your favorite snack while listing? And if you don't snack while listing, do you listen to music, movies, podcasts, or do you listen in silence?
My favorite snack, period, is pizza. If I know I'm going to do an all-nighter and be listing, the first thing I do is make a pizza.
I don't know about that. That would be on my hands. I couldn't do pizza, but I do have these. I have these. My dark chocolate almonds. Those sit here on my desk.
I don't snack while I list because of my work life balance mantra. I take breaks. And so when I have lunch, I take a break and I read while I eat. And when it's snack time, every day at 3 p.m. Are you guys surprised that I have an actual time? No. At 3 p.m. I go have my afternoon caffeine, which I do bring up here. I make frappes. I get different coffee syrups and put ice in there, and I think I'm fancy. And I have different snacks, but sometimes I'll bring them, like if it's just an apple, a cut up apple or something, I'll bring it up here and eat it. But I try to break and eat and then keep it separate. I watch Friends.
Probably a whole lot healthier.
Well, I'm on a health journey. So for the last year, Keith and I have been eating clean. And now I'm in an actual calorie deficit and doing intermittent fasting and walking 6 miles a day.
Ooh, you're walking 6 miles a day?
Most days. We do 3 in the morning, every morning, except this morning it was raining. So I did the treadmill. But 3 in the morning, and then in the evenings we try to do another 3 if we can fit it in before I have like this, or if it's not 1,000 degrees. Bye, Haley.
Good night, Haley.
Have a good night.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be healthy, and one of those things, the habits that I had to break, was snacking while watching TV, while working, while reading, because that can be very mindless.
Yes.
And that you don't realize how much you're eating.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
And, you know, when you're in a calorie deficit, you only get so much food a day. So when I have that food, I need to have an intimate relationship moment with, I need to enjoy the food and experience the food. I don't, you know, like when you're really busy, you kind of wolf down the food without even thinking about what you're eating while you're doing other things. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to actually eat and enjoy the little bit of food I get. I'm not starving myself to death. Okay. I have a calorie deficit. All right. Feather ruffling question. We didn't ruffle any feathers with the polygamy, bigamy, bigotry. Go against the grain and share what you think is the popular opinion among resellers, but they're actually getting it wrong. XOXO Jason.
Can you put that back up there? Because I think I need to reread it again. Another really question, and that's great. Go against the grain and share what you think is a popular opinion among resellers, but they are actually getting it wrong. Selling on Vinted. People tell me all the time, Vinted is my best platform. Vinted, you know what? I'm really happy that you're selling 40 items for $1. I'm over here on eBay selling 1 item for $40.
Well, we're not exactly selling them for $1, Jenny. I sold the plush today for $15.
And I'm really glad that you're okay with going against the terms of condition on the platform and risk your reputation. Pam?
I'm enjoying Vinted. I'm enjoying it because I'm finding really great bargains on there, because I feel like they've advertised so much that every woman that is trying to clean out her closet, and she just snaps a picture and sticks it on Vinted and puts it up there for $8 for something that they paid, you know, a couple $100 for. And I just, you know, waltz in there and pick that up. So I've got a lot of cute things hanging in my personal closet right now, and some new handbags. So I'm enjoying it. And I've sold a few things, certainly not the amount I've spent, but I like it. It's not going to last. I can't imagine that the shipping thing will last. But I'm going to enjoy it right now while it's free. Because it sounds like free money.
She hasn't even answered the question. She's just defending her Vinted.
Oh, you're right.
What's the question?
It's disappearing.
Something that's going against. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that they have to have a lot of inventory, or that they have to go and shop, or you know, that you need to be a volume seller. And I don't think that you have to do that at all. I think you can be a small seller and contain it. I don't, you know, I'm growing just because I'm having a good time with it. But I think you could also just go and pull things out of your closet and list a few things a week and still be successful. I think it just kind of depends on what you want to do. And I think a lot of people get in, at least I did when I first started. I thought that I needed to just go and buy and buy and buy and think that I needed to list everything that that I thought that I was cleaning out of these closets, and I didn't need to do that. I needed to just start with what was in my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of goes back to what we were saying before. It depends on what you want to do and how much money you need, on whether you're not, and what you can sustainably source. I'm in a position where I have to be a volume seller in order for me to make the money I need to make based on what I can sustainably over time, again and again and again and again, source in my area and bulk buys. It has to be volume, because I can go into any store in Pittsburgh. All our thrift stores have different 99-cent days. Mm-hmm. So I can spend $100 and come home with 100 pairs of American Eagles that I can sell for 20 a piece. And twice a year, I may find one of those luxury brands that sells for 50 or 60. It's very rare for me to find that in Pittsburgh. So I built my model out of necessity. Do I wish I lived in Hollywood and I could go thrift 2 items a month and be set? Sure. But some people do. You just have to do what you do. I'm not going to defend Vinted, but I am going to say I sold a $15 plush today on Vinted that I've gotten way lower offers for on eBay, and she's been sitting for a while. It's a Eevee from Pokemon, the little squirrel one with the little jack-o'-lantern on her head. She was actually mine, and I spring cleaned her. So, what do I think everybody's getting wrong? I don't know. I feel like a lot of the things that I teach on this channel kind of go against the grain. I don't know. A couple years ago, I would have told you, everyone's telling you not to delist and relist, but you should be, but now everyone agrees with me. Took you years to find out I was right, but I was. Here, and this will ruffle some feathers. Jason wanted some feathers ruffled. If y'all ain't washing the clothes that you find, y'all are nasty, and I'll die on that hill.
I did 8 loads of laundry today.
Yeah. I mean, Jenny can tell you what she has seen in storage units. I bought a truck from a thrift store once, and it was a worse nightmare than any day at the worst, nastiest bins. Wet poop shit just shoved into bags and donated. Bugs. No. I can tell you what people like to tell me on the videos I make about unpopular opinion. You're a disgusting hog if you aren't washing what you're bringing into your home. Well, people only donate out of their closet and they're clean. No, honey. They don't just donate their clean clothes out of their closet. And Jenny's heard the story. I know Laura in the chat has heard the story. I have reseller friends who got bed bugs, and they live up north, like almost Canada, where it's really cold. And so like when you live in Florida, your worry about bed bugs is probably like this big, because they die in the heat. But when you live somewhere really cold, that's where they thrive. And they were a couple that sold. They would always bring in stuff from the bins and just straight in from the bins, drape it all over their living room couch and the furniture and the rug, and do their little haul videos. And I kept telling them, you don't know what you're bringing in, and you're putting it on the furniture that you sit on and take naps on, and the couch and the rugs, and that's where these things thrive. Well, they ended up getting bed bugs so bad that they had to leave their home for 2 weeks and stay in a hotel. They had to get rid of all of their furniture, most of their electronics, and have their house with the tent and the bombing, the bug bombing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over there going, all you had to do is take it from the car to the washer and the dryer before you brought it into your living room, and you would have been fine. Is that going to happen to everybody? No. But
I don't bring anything into my house.
Let me just reiterate some of the things I've talked about in some of my videos. Not everyone washes their hands when they use the restroom. And so even if you think people are only donating their clean clothes, which they're not, honey, they're not. That's a myth. But let's just pretend that we live in a world where everybody washes the stuff before they thrift it and it's all clean. Everyone in there that's fingering it and touching it and moving it, half those people just went to the bathroom and did not wash their hands. Sneezed, coughed, and touched.
But it's the same way if you go into a retail store, like if you go into Target and you're buying a shirt at Target, you don't know who's touched that shirt before.
Well, I don't.
Whether or not they wash their hands. I wash things when I pick them up in the store.
Yeah, we don't even bring new stuff in here because people try it on.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy Bob, who hasn't taken a shower in 5 years with the sweaty pits, tried that shirt on. You need to wash it. I'm just telling you, people are gross. People do gross things.
People are gross.
People's hands are very nasty and they touch that stuff. And then Jenny can tell you some horror stories about the storage units, and I can tell you some stuff that came off a truck. It's gross. You don't know what people are touching and doing, and you're bringing it into your home. And I'm not going to put other people's germs on my bed or my couch or my closet or in here. Mm-mm. It's nice to know that you guys agree with me because a lot of people don't. They tell me it's a waste of time and money. And I'm like, well, you can write off part of your water bill. You can write off all the laundry detergent. And it's way more expensive and a waste of time if you end up having to replace all your furniture and move out for 2 weeks.
Well, and I have a thing about smell. I don't, if clothes are in a bin, if the clothes smell, I can't stand that. They go straight in the washer. But I just, I think when you open up a package that's been sealed in plastic, if something is smelly, if it has any kind of odor at all, I mean, when somebody opens that package, that's the first thing that they're going to recognize about the thing that they just spent money on. Is their first impression is the smell that's coming from inside that plastic poly bag. And I don't want it to be, I'd like for them to come back and spend their money. So yeah. I think that's important.
And Jenny did 8 loads of laundry today, you guys.
Sits outside on my deck in the sun for hours before I get to it because I sort it by color and texture and type of thing. So, the first one is usually, gets the cycle going, but everything else is outside getting toasted before it comes to the house.
Yep. And when I go thrifting, I put everything in garbage bags and tie it real tight because bed bugs can't climb plastic, and plastic acts like a greenhouse effect, and it stays in the trunk of my car in the heat until I'm ready to drag it to the laundry room, which is in the garage in the back. It doesn't come through my house. And in the winter, I try not to thrift as much because it's cold here. But there's a laundry soap too called Persil. Mm-hmm. I'm very paranoid about bed bugs. If you can't tell, that's all we talk about. But like the steamer I bought on the box, it's like kills bed bugs and mites, and I'm like, yay! Because Posh and newer tags, you got to steam. And then I buy Persil just for the store. We write it off, but that kills bed bugs. But warm water, the dryer, you're good. Don't put Plush in the dryer. Put them outside in the heat. Anything else we would like to add about the laundry situations?
Use borax.
Borax is good too. But I will stand on this. If you really don't wash the items you're bringing into your home, you are gross. And I don't ever want to come to your house. And I had to cough because that was a big statement. You're gross. Yeah, that would be nice. And listen, when we lived in the house, the Victorian house here before we moved to Florida, we had a washer and dryer and it broke. And they broke maybe 6 months before we were moving to Florida. And we were like, well, we're not going to buy a brand new washer and dryer and then move it because you have to pay by weight when you use movers. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we can go 6 months without. And we still went thrifting and then right to the laundromat. And you could put it all in that nice big thing. You could take a book and read it while it was going. Or sometimes we would take our laptops and list while it was going. But we still did it even then. So there's really no excuses to not wash them. You can go to the laundromat and you can work while it's running. They do not. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. Do you know what is coming out this year, though? A new spider horror movie. Have you seen the preview, Jenny? It's called Crawl, and I had nightmares, and I scratched and itched.
No.
Oh, no bed bugs. I didn't answer Lori's question. I did. I don't snack. I did say that. But I do watch Friends or True Crime all day while I list. All right. Do we have any more questions in the chat? Anyone want to make any comments about, everyone's quiet about washing. Does that mean y'all don't? You don't want me to come for you? And welcome in, by the way. I'm good. It's good to see you here. Yeah, there is a new movie called Crawl, and it's like a rocket on steroids. There are these.
No, excuse me. No spider movies.
No. So the preview. Let me just tell you about the preview. It starts out with this woman asleep, and she's, you know how when you sleep, she's breathing, and there's a spider.
Her mouth open. She's asleep with her mouth open.
Yes. And the spider comes down on the thing, and it's all. And then every time she breathes in, it comes closer to her face, and then she breathes out, and it swings away. It comes in, and then it.
Ew! No!
Oh my God! Oh, that's a good question. What's your favorite dinner? Tacos. I mean, Jenny, what's your favorite dinner?
Tacos.
I'm just gonna start calling you Taco.
That's all I eat is tacos.
And pizza.
Tacos and pizza.
Thank you for the nightmare. Listen, if I had to watch the preview, y'all got to watch or hear about it too, because I don't want to be alone in this scariness nightmare. What's your favorite dinner, Pam?
We have this really great pizza place here that does like, it has one of those pizza ovens, and their crust, they have perfected their homemade crust and their sauce, and it is so good. Mm. It's just a little local place, and it's delicious. It's delicious. We may have to go there tomorrow night just because I'm sitting here talking about it.
What toppings do you get?
Usually I stick with the standards with pepperoni, vegetables. I'll throw some mushrooms. I like olives. My husband does not. So yeah, that came to mind first.
Laura is specifying now.
Oh, homemade dinners. Well, homemade dinners. So during COVID, my husband started perfecting smoking meat out on the grill, and so he ended up buying a Traeger grill, and so he now he has we buy these big thick boneless pork chops at Costco. And so he grills those to perfection, and then I take care of the vegetables inside, and I make these Brussels sprouts. that are delicious. So that's kind of my favorite dinner right now is pork chops, Brussels sprouts.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. No, don't like.
No, I mean I love Brussels sprouts, but
yeah, they're the good.
Huh?
They're the good.
They're really good. So I like tacos too a lot. But I'm somewhat of a chef myself, and Marvel nerds, you'll get that right. Willem Dafoe and Spider-Man. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. I'm somewhat of a chef myself. So is Jenny. We both like to cook, and I mean, I really like tacos and hamburgers, but I know I can cook better than that. So I'll tell you what Keith's favorite thing is that I make. And we've been eating clean for a whole year, so I make everything from scratch with all clean ingredients. I have an app called Yelp. You can ding everything and make sure that it scores high and it's all clean. So I make a Cajun chicken fettuccine Alfredo. And you can make it in the crock pot because it'll thicken the sauce itself. Or you can make it traditionally with a roux on the stovetop and just make the sauce that way.
So because you're eating clean, you're making that sauce from scratch. So you're starting with the roux and then building it from there.
Yep, I make almost everything I make it started with a roux. I make like steak tips and gravy or knockoff KFC bowls, macaroni and cheese. Like almost everything starts with a roux. Like if you want to learn how to cook from scratch, you got to learn how to make a roux, right, Jenny?
Yes.
Or open a can. I have my Neiman Marcus chicken casserole here, and then I also did a chicken bacon ranch pasta concoction, and now I'm playing with easy coleslaw recipe, and I'm also playing with a garlic confit and caramelized onion pasta, and
yeah,
I'm always cooking.
Yeah, Jenny is always cooking. She sells her recipes and whatnot. I'm always cooking, and I had a goal this year that I'm not going to meet. I was going to publish a new recipe once a week with the video and have a cookbook by the end of the year. But Jenny and I do the same thing. We find something and then we play with it until it's what we think is perfect for us. So it's kind of like reselling. You got to take what works for everybody else into your own environment and play with it and add and subtract and change until you've got the perfect recipe that works perfectly for you in your life. Reselling is a lot like cooking. I like that analogy. I've never thought of it. That was the very first time I've ever thought about it. Let me do this for myself. I've never really thought about it, but it's like the same thing because you take a recipe and you fart around with it until it's what you and your family like, right? Well, I mean, when you're a cook, when you're a chef, when you like to play in the kitchen. So yeah, Keith likes my chicken, Cajun chicken. He likes my meatloaf, shepherd's pie. I kind of know what his favorites are. And whenever I sit down and say, give me what all your favorites so I can make them more often. Well, anything you make that you put in front of me is going to be good. So
I have a low carb meatloaf. My husband's diabetic. And so when he was having a lot of issues with his blood sugar, I did a deep dive into low carb cooking. And so there were some things that I was able to find. And the meatloaf is one of them that where, because meatloaf, when you make a meatloaf, you use a lot of, people use filler or they use flour or things to
breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs. And so instead of using that, I use almond flour. You're still, putting an egg in there and doing the same thing. And I use like a sugar-free ketchup, when you put the ketchup on top, I use a sugar-free ketchup, and it actually is really, really good. He loves it. I think he likes it better than meatloaf anywhere else.
That sounds good.
He does. It does require meatloaf requires effort.
It does. It does. And I actually cook mine after it's made. I put mine in a muffin tin.
Oh,
little tiny mini meatloaves. I send a picture. Jenny and I send pictures of each other food all day long. Like we're serious foodies. We love to cook and we love to show our food. And I send her that picture and she goes, "Those are meatballs." And I said, "No, they're mini meatloaf muffins." Because they're very small. But then you have portion control as well.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. Yeah, I did have to add meatloaf the last time I made it because I thought I had breadcrumbs and I didn't get any more at the store. And then I was like, oh no, well, I have oatmeal. I like that you can add almost anything to meatloaf to make it work. You can crunch. I think on Roseanne, do you guys remember this episode on Roseanne when the home ec class came to Darlene's home ec class came to their home and Roseanne was teaching them how to make a meal? And she put crushed up cornflakes. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
She's like, this is how, if you're poor, you make the meat go further.
Yeah, or the French fried onions. I like those.
Mm.
When you eat something crunchy, the French fried onions.
Yeah. I just love to cook. It's my love language, too. I like to cook for other people.
Mm-hmm.
I like to present food to people that I care about. Or even just recipes, because a lot of my people are in this box. So it's like, well, I can't cook this for you, but here's the recipe. All right. We're going to get towards the end of this, and I'm going to ask some questions. You guys have both been on here before. I can't ask those questions. What would you do if reselling was illegal? So. Oh, there was a question from Lori because she said we said we could ask anything. Do you prefer to shave or wax your legs?
Oh, I shave my legs.
I would like the gentleman to answer this as well in the chat. Thank you.
Waxing is
painful. I don't do anything with my legs except walk on them. I use them to walk. I don't know, what do you prefer, shaving or waxing?
I shave mine, but because of my bad back, I have to do one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Like I can only do one a day. Because by the time I'm done with, you know how you have to bend over and it kills my back. Haboob is a thick dust storm or sandstorm that blows in the desert. Haboob.
There was one of those. I knew what that word was because there was something. It was on the news back a couple of years ago, and the word haboob, and it was such an interesting word. But there was one that was so bad it made the news a couple of years ago, and I remember them talking about it and thinking, what an interesting word. Nobody has ever mentioned this weather word in all 50 plus years of my life, and here I am learning new words.
I think they made it up because we weren't using the word boob enough.
That makes me think of the scene in oh my gosh, it's Adam Sandler and Totoro, Mr. Deeds. When they're at the top of the stairs, it's showing how it echoes and they're going boob.
Well, so it's an Arabic word, haboob, which means blowing or wind. So it's an Arabic word. That's why you don't know it. Haboob.
Haboob
is blowing wind.
All right, I got a couple questions here.
Okay.
You're offered $1 million, but you have to permanently delete every reselling account you have ever had, and you can never, ever sell anything online again. Are you taking the money?
Yeah. No problem. No pitch at all.
I mean, Yeah. But you could never sell anything ever again.
It says specifically online if you want to get into semantics.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you could put it in the bank and live off the interest.
I mean, just to question or whatever. If you could never sell anything again online, I mean, you'd have to be pretty happy with the house you live in, or you couldn't sell it, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to
Well,
give it
you would
away.
just have to sell it to a realtor. Whatever she does in her time, if she goes online, that's not you.
So you'd have to do a for sale by owner sign in your yard and hope that someone knocked on your door and wanted to buy your house with cash. Okay, carry on.
I would take it. Just live off the interest. And it says online, so you could still sell your stuff to other resellers to get out of the business.
Okay.
Right, but Laura, you put it in a bank and you use the interest.
Mm-hmm.
3 years. What is a Hey Google. Hey Google. What is 1 million divided by 3?
33.
333,000.
So you're saying you need 333,000 a year to live in where you live, Laura? Because that's more than most people's median together with couples. But maybe. Was California that expensive, Lori? I smell something burning. Hold on. Okay. It's going to be 50 some degrees overnight, so he was being thoughtful and he turned the heat on for my hamster. Because they can't be in below 65 degrees or they will literally go into a torpor and die. So I'm going, he's like, you said it was going to be cold, so I turned the heat on for Phoebe. And welcome to Pennsylvania, folks, where tonight we will need the heat, and by Saturday it'll be 100 degrees again.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, you find a $5 thrift store and discover that it's worth... Nope, I'm reading the whole question wrong. Please erase that. Let's edit that out. Okay. You find a $5 item at the thrift store. You discover that it's actually worth $100,000. But you know who donated it, and they had no idea what they had, and it's someone that you know personally, in the area. Are you going to sell it, keep the money, or are you going to tell them, or what are you going to do?
Depends on how much I like them. And I know a lot of people that I'd be okay with, well, I say, but no, I don't know. If they needed the money, I might do that. If it was somebody who needed it. Or maybe it was a sentimental item.
Chances are good that I would probably sell it and just take the money, because I wouldn't know how to broach the topic to the person either way, if they were my best friend or if they were just a casual friend. They donated it. They didn't want it. I wanted it. I sold it. I want the money.
All right. We're assuming I have friends. That's the first weird thing. No. Yeah. How well do you know this person? If Jenny and I lived in the same city and it was hers, I would tell her and then demand 20% finder's fee.
Right. But if it's a neighbor and it's not really somebody you really like, I mean, I've got neighbors that, I wave to, but I don't really like them.
Yeah, I know people that I could sell it and then secretly every time I ran into them at the store, I'd be thinking, I sold your product. I made some money. See the stakes in my cart because I sold your item.
But Jenny's right. I mean, if they gave it up, they donated it. They didn't know what they had. That was a choice they made.
So if it was a good friend, I wouldn't feel right about it.
Yes.
If it were a good friend, I would have already told them, no, you can't donate that. That's got to be worth some money.
I would say, here, let me help you with that. If
Yeah.
it was a friend, here, let me help you figure this out.
But see, like my really good friend Karen, she just goes and donates stuff all the time without telling me. So I don't know what she's. Karen is my really good friend. But she'll just like, you go to Goodwill to meet up for the meetup and she's like, I've already been here for a half hour. I brought stuff and donated it early. I'm like, what if next time we come, it's your item in it? Like, I don't know. If it was a friend, I would probably tell them, but maybe split the money. I don't know. Because then that's kind of rude too.
There would always be a thing in the middle. There would always be that, I don't know.
And if they're a really good friend, like, are they also like, are they looking at your store? Would they see that you sold it? Would they have any way of knowing? Because that could cause something in the middle too, Jenny. Like, I've seen that on your eBay. What are you doing?
How many articles of clothing have you purchased from me? Do you think that I'm not aware of how much you're making off the stuff that you've got from me? I mean, there's different ways to
my
look
store.
at it. You said at the beginning, everybody does it.
And it's okay. We're all curious. No, I mean, I am aware of that because you like randomly will just be like, I saw you sold this.
No. You do your hauls. Well, I mean, first of all, I sold it to you, but second, you do your hauls. People know what you're selling. People, I mean, I don't know.
But if I found a $5 item that I sold for $100,000 and I knew the person who it belonged to originally, I would do everything in my power to never have that on my YouTube channel, never have it included in a what sold video or a haul video. It would be like so secret. It would be on key. You know how we have the second secret eBay that nobody knows about that we sell key stuff on? It would be sold on that. I would sell it on my secret eBay.
Well, okay, so that's a different question. I mean, I was thinking that you just happened to find this $5 item and you just happened to sell it for $100,000, not knowing that it was worth $100,000. I mean, that's a different story, right? Because then you'd be like grubby about it. But if it was like serendipitous and you're like, oh my God, I had no idea it was worth $100,000. Here you go. Here's finder fee or whatever. But if you knew and you just were like burglared about it and got your $100,000 and never offered her ice cream again or offered to pay dinner again, that'd be sus.
Well, I would only do that for people I didn't like. Like Pam said, there's certain people in the world that...
Is this a morality question? Is this a morality?
I'm going to drive by you in my Mercedes Benz that I bought off your item and just laugh.
Hey!
Like my car! Thrifting bought it.
My pocket butcher needs is precious. Okay, next
it
question.
it would depend on the person. It really would. All right.
So yeah,
I'll do 2 more of these silly ones.
it's always going to depend. Circumstances are, situational.
Yes. Now here's a true morality question.
Oh no.
You accidentally sell a $500 item for $5. The buyer pays immediately, and they know, like in Friends. Did they know that you know that we know? They know that you made a mistake and they jumped on this $5 sale. Are you going to ship it or are you going to cancel the order?
I'm gonna cancel it.
She didn't even hesitate.
I know. I'm thinking the words
I'm
that
gonna
she
take the hit.
No, and yeah, that's your only recourse. That's the only thing you can do. There's no Hufflepuff about it.
Hufflepuff?
Whatever the word is.
Hufflepuff is a school in...
I know. I meant Hemming and Hawn.
Lori, the morality police is here. You're going to take a $495 loss over a typo? Like, if it was a $50 item, even then, that's hard. I'm canceling it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made mistakes before that cost me $5 or $10, and I just shipped it and ate the loss.
You can't penalize yourself for a mistake that, they didn't say. If indeed that they knew that what they were doing, and it didn't give you time to like fix your own mistake, it would have been kinder for them to say, hey, are you sure you're right about this price? I want to purchase your item, but I want to be fair about it. I mean,
but they wanted to just get it cheap. They wanted to beep beep.
Yeah, but no, that's just I mean, along the lines of evil.
So maybe up to $10 or even $15 I would eat and take the loss. But any more than that, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jenny would even do 5.
Do what now?
If you underprice something by $5 or $10 because you made a typo or something, would you cancel that or just eat it?
The cogs in my head are grinding. I can't think that. I don't. It's not a thing I've ever experienced. So I would have to say again, it's a situational. There's been times when I was like, "Ooh, crap! Shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that." Whatnot is a fine example. You run your risk. You hold up an item and you got $3 starts. You're hoping for 10, but if somebody really only gives you that $3, you got to just suck it up, which is completely different than like an error or a typo. I mean, I wasn't in the game to lose money, so if I found out later that I, made a mistake, that's different than, eating the loss, I guess. Right. I don't know.
And the answer to Lori's question is a big fat no. I'm just giving them the $5 and getting the fuck out. And would you tell a garage sale owner that the item they have for $5 is actually worth $5? No. Oh, do you need it up there?
I think I have done that before, and they didn't care. They still sold it for $5.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily saw something that was worth $500, but if I see something that's worth a whole lot more. But yeah, lots of times they don't care. They're just trying to get their
they think you don't know what you're talking about.
I wouldn't tell them
that it's too much work.
I'm not going to garage sales to make friends. First of all, I'm not chatting up the owner. I'm picking out what I want and I'm giving them the money. And I'm not going to tell them what they have is worth anything. I'm just going to buy it and go. I don't know what that says about me, and that is a very good point, Jason. Very good point. If a buyer accidentally bought a $500 item and they thought they were only paying $5, eBay lets them off the hook. I sure do. Do y'all remember that lawsuit a long time ago where the lady took the buyer to court because they had bought like a couple $1,000 ring and canceled, and she sued them because all sales are supposed to be final and everything on eBay. She won her lawsuit. All right, one more question. And this one is very fitting with the earlier conversation about washing your stuff. All right. So for the next year, you can have guaranteed $1 items on incredible items that are going to sell incredibly fast at incredible amounts. But every single item that you source has to come from the nastiest, dirtiest thrift store you have ever seen.
I live that every day. I threw out so many handbags today because I could see the exoskeletons inside. It was just not no. Sorry. It could have been in a Hermes bag and I probably would have just thrown it away. Because I don't want to get in there with a fine tooth comb and a vacuum and get all that crap out of there. No. So what was the question?
Would you do it?
I mean, I've cleaned up some pretty sketch stuff, you know. I have a Chanel bag that I have to this day. I found in a very, very, very bad unit. It's like the woman was a recluse and had 25 cats and one litter box, and her caretaker just boxed everything up and threw it in storage when she got institutionalized, and then they never paid for it. So it was in that hot locker for years and then went up for auction, and that Chanel bag was like petrified with cat urine.
Oh my God. No.
I had it cleaned and I still have it. It's a $2,500 bag then, and that was in 2005. So yes, there are some things that I might clean. Do you want to see it? I'm just
kidding.
No,
I don't, because I can smell it from here. We're good.
I think the worst smell in the world. One of the worst
cat
smells.
urine.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
If I walk into a house and and it smells like cat pee, I turn around and walk right back out. There's just no way.
That same unit had a whole bunch of books in it, and I wanted to donate them because they were good books. And I had them all in my car, and I rolled up to the bin on the outside of the thing, and I opened my car door, and the guy stopped me before I could even start. He goes, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am."
No, ma'am. Not today, Satan.
Yep.
Put those back in your car and beep, beep.
I was in the grocery store and right afterwards, and I'd washed my hands and I'd gotten myself cleaned up, but I was on the road, so I didn't change my clothes yet. And I'm standing in the grocery store and I'm like, what the hell is that smell? It's me. What the hell's that smell?
You nasty. All right, Pam, are you doing it?
Silkwood sours are my friend.
Are you shopping at the nasty place for the good stuff? You're guaranteed $1 prices.
But see, I get my stuff for less than $1. I buy it in such big.
Okay, you're guaranteed 1 penny.
Oh, look at you changing the question. 1 penny?
Well,
Yeah, if the stuff is good, yeah, for a penny, I'd figure out a way to clean it. Jenny figured out how to get that Chanel bag clean.
Yeah,
I would too.
Did she? Because she went to the store smelling like a male cat and he. So I don't think I could do it.
Soap is cheap.
I don't think I could mentally get over my mental issue. I don't think I could.
When you're talking about nastiness, I mean, there's different levels of nastiness.
Right. But I don't think
like dirt, grime, sweat kind of stuff. I'm good with that. If we're talking about bodily stuff, I have a bigger issue with that.
I don't even like shoes. Like, I have an issue. I have a mental health issue. I fully admit it. I've been diagnosed. We're good. I've learned how to live with it. I don't think I could get beyond my own. I couldn't do it. I would cry. I would literally, every time I brought stuff home, just sit in the driveway because he wouldn't let me even wash it here. His germophobia is worse than mine. I'd be sitting in the driveway just crying, like, what do I do? I'd have to take it to Jenny's house. Help me, Jenny. No, I don't think I could. I mean, no. If the difference is that or what I can already thrift and working harder on items that sell for less to keep doing the volume, I would do that. Because aren't you going to work just as hard to clean that stuff?
I mean, that's a lot of time. It would have to be worth a whole lot. Because after you're going to come across stuff and go, that's a project. Nope, don't have time for that. And you just throw it away.
It is strange, Lori. And it's testing my mental ability to not wig out. But yeah, like the amount of time it takes me to source or buy bulk, say 10 pairs of jeans that I profit $10 on. And then I could get one $100 profit item, but I'm going to have to deal with gross and nasty and scrubbing and cleaning. I would rather just list the other 10. I would rather do that. I don't want to deal with gross. Unless you're talking about like $1 million, and then maybe. I could do a lot of things for $1 million, trust me. I am not. My chat GPT is. She knows how to get to me. Actually, Jenny, I told Jenny my chat GPT and I have become very good friends. So when Terminator happens for real, I'm really sorry, guys. That was my fault. I talked to them and made friends with them, and then they took over. The robots are going to take over, guys. It's going to be my fault. All right, well, that is going to wrap up the questions for the evening, unless anybody in the chat has any last-minute ones. And if not, we will end on Jenny. Give us your best advice for other resellers.
Start slow. It doesn't have to be about how many items you list. It should be more about the quality of items that you love and like, and measure and weigh your items exactly. Know the dimensions of the box you're going to need before you list it so that you have it when it sells. Get out and have ice cream from time to time. Yeah, that's it. What about you, Pam?
Well, you make your money on the buy. So when you're out there sourcing, getting things for the right price, asking for a lower price or a bundle discount. I mean, the worst somebody's going to say is no. So you got to put yourself out there to get what you want. So that's my best advice right now, just because that's kind of how I built my business. you ask for the price that you want, and sometimes people surprise you.
Well, I say the same thing every week. It's never a surprise. Find your work-life balance. I'm going to keep saying it until people start taking it
seriously.
Yes. Because, it's really funny because at our eBay Seller Circle lunch this month, we had a new person. And Karen's all telling her, oh, you should watch Star's YouTube. She's all about work-life balance. And I was like, Karen's like, yeah, I don't listen to it or do it. Work-life balance, guys, it's seriously important. And selfish, I don't know. Two things. Start over. Tomorrow I will be live twice. I will be live once at 3 p.m. Eastern right here with another haul from the buyout I did recently from another reseller. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be live right here with several of my friends for Hippos After Dark, where we actually just all get together and work on camera and talk about whatever we want to talk about. And you can come hang out in the chat. You can ask more reseller questions. And sometimes we talk about other stuff too. It's a pretty good time. It's a work party essentially, but it's fun to work with other people. And Friday is, speaking of work-life balance, Friday evening is always a good time to get all those items checked off your list that you didn't get to for the week so that you can wake up Saturday morning and say, oh, caught up. I can do something fun.
Mm-hmm.
So join us tomorrow for a haul and join us for our Hippos After Dark work party. And thank you, Jenny, for coming on.
Welcome.
Thank you, Pam, for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you to everybody in the chat that's watching. And if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you too. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps me feed my hungry hippos. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks again, everybody. Oh, hi. I didn't say hi to Adam tonight. I see you. Hi. Bye. Oh, it's a new thing. That's how you end it. All right. Bye, guys.